last home game of the season is tough. I'm not defensive about it. Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another match reaction video. First things first, guys, make sure you smash the like, subscribe if you're new around here, all of that good stuff. And as always, leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'm just back from Stamford Bridge, finished Chelsea 1, Arsenal 1. And it's kind of mixed feelings coming away from this one. A sense of frustration that we weren't able to get the job done. But also looking at it, we're third going into the international break in November, which we all would have taken at the start of the season, and definitely far outweighs, I think, anything any of us would have expected. It's just frustrating because the result is decent in the context of the game, given we were 1 down. But that's kind of 2 games now in a row where we failed to turn into wins. You know, United, we probably should have won that game, and we could have turned this game into a win potentially as well. The quality's there. That's not an issue, but we're just not quite getting it over the line in these big games at the moment. And I just kind of felt like it was a bit of a strange game. We missed some big chances. The Malo Gusto header in the first half, he's got to be scoring that. Surely he has to be scoring that. Defensively, I didn't think we were good. The goal is terrible, by the way. Absolutely terrible defensively to concede that goal. Lavia dispossessed by Odegaard. Colwell plays everyone onside. And then Sanchez not only doesn't come out to try and get the ball when you've got 2 players unmarked in the box, he's then easily beaten at his near post. You know, and I'm sorry, a top goalkeeper stops that. Edouard Mendy would have saved that. Petrovic would have saved it. You know, he's got to go. He has to go. It's as simple as that. But having said that, though, I felt we managed the game quite well. I thought Maresca did a good job with the substitutions. I think Nkunku should have probably come on a little bit earlier, but Enzo Fernandez for Lavia was the right choice. Enzo did very well, I thought, in his cameo. You know, he injected some impetus in the game. He set up the goal for Pedro Neto, which was a really impressive finish. And the subs did work. Mudryk didn't receive a lot of the ball, but it was something different out there. And I can't remember who else came on. That was about it, I think, to be perfectly honest. Oh, Reece James came on for Gusto as well towards the end, which I don't think was a particularly bad change either. But yeah, just a strange game, really. A bit of a strange game. But it's one way you look at it and you just think, do you know what? Fair enough. Look, I'll be honest. I don't say I was expected to win, but I thought we would win this game. But I don't think we can be negative about this result. We played a team that are contending for the title. So whether you think they're still contending for the title now, I personally don't think they are. But we were good value for our point. You know, I don't think you could have realistically expected us to win that game. It is a process, whether people like it or not. Yes, I thought we would win it, but I wasn't expecting us to win it. I thought we could get the job done, but we didn't get the job done today. But there were positives. Let's focus on the positives though. Pedro Neto again, absolutely brilliant today. You know, 2 brilliant crosses in the first half. Madueke header, which goes wide, and the Gusto one, which should be scored. He looked a threat. His delivery is great. The goal is brilliant. It's a fantastic shot past David Raya. Caicedo, once again, outstanding. Really, really good. As you would expect from him. As you would expect. He's the best midfielder in the Premier League right now, and he's one of, if not the best midfielders in the world. He was exceptional today. And big shout out to Cucurella, back in the team at left back, which is what we've been looking for. Brilliant today. Locked up Saka. Saka was locked up like Akon. He was done, mate. No dribbles, no crosses, no nothing. Cucurella completely marked him out of the game. He didn't get dribbled past once in the 80-odd minutes that Saka was on the pitch. Locked up yet again. A brilliant, brilliant job. Stepped into midfield well. Was tenacious in there. Really brilliant performance from Cucurella. And, you know, that's why he should be in the team every single week. So none of this, you know, let's not play our 2 best fullbacks. Let's do that. Cucurella, brilliant today. Absolutely outstanding. But overall, I'm just looking at it and I think, yes, it is a missed opportunity because the table's so tight. I think, look, we're 3rd now on goal difference, but I think between 3rd and 10th right now is is literally next to nothing. 10th place of Tottenham with 16 points, and we're third with 19. So there's 3 points between, there's 3 points between third and 11th, and there's only 4 points, between third and 13th. So it's mental how tight the table is. And yeah, it would have been nice to turn some of those draws into wins. It is 1 win in our last 5 Premier League games, and that's not particularly good form. But given the fixtures that we've had, given the fact that other teams haven't really been able to push on, we find ourselves in a very good position. And after the international break, we've got a few more favourable fixtures. We've got Leicester away, Southampton away. We should be picking up some wins there, but we do want to get some wins on the board as soon as possible. But we have had very difficult fixtures, and it's really impressive from us. And I do believe that we can do a lot more. It's just frustrating once again in these big games that we aren't quite able to see it over the line, when that's what we're missing here. A statement win. We need a statement win, and it's just not quite there at the moment. Hopefully that will come, this season. We need a win against one of the big sides. Beating Tottenham is not enough. We need to be beating a Liverpool, a City, and Arsenal, those sorts of teams. But hopefully that will come. But yeah, I felt it was a fairly even game. I wasn't that impressed with Arsenal, to be perfectly honest. I think they just were lumping balls into the box, crossing into the box. They had a few decent opportunities. Right at the end, they were inches away from nicking it, which was very heart and mouth. I don't know if it would have been offside or not, but that was a potential issue there. We were very close to conceding at the end, but they didn't. I mean, Arteta was saying that Arsenal dominated that game. They didn't. I don't know what game Arteta was watching, but it certainly wasn't the one at Stamford Bridge if he felt that Arsenal dominated. I just simply don't believe that was the case at all. I was a bit disappointed with Arsenal, but they were probably good value for the point. We didn't do enough to get the 3 points. And I felt in attack, we just didn't quite do enough. Neto was great. Madueke, I thought, wasn't particularly good, and he was pissed when he went off when he got subbed off in the second half. I think he went straight down a tunnel. He wasn't happy about it. I get that, but you've got to show a bit of a better attitude. You need to do that. And for me, maybe Madueke needs to come out of the team now, give Mudryk a run, get Sancho back in the team after the international break. I thought that Wesley Fofana played well today, and defensively, where we have struggled and we have been poor, the goal defensively for the goal was dreadful. But other than that, I felt, defensively, we weren't too bad today. It's just a key moment in the game where we've not done well in a number of sequences has cost us a goal. And it's fine margins in the big games. And too often in the big matches, we have been on the wrong end of those fine margins. But this was by no means a bad performance. I would have liked us to have created a few more chances. Against United, we didn't create many chances. In this game, we didn't create too many chances either. And that's something that we definitely need to improve on going into the remainder of the season. We need to be creating more chances. Palmer today was okay, not at his best, but I don't know how fit he was. But look, we can't be relying on him for everything. We can't just be looking at him to do everything and then blaming him and saying he's had a bad game if the team haven't performed well overall. I don't know how fit he was, but he was okay today. Had a good shot early on, which Raya tipped over the bar. He tried to make things happen, but yeah, he was reasonably quiet, and that's the way it was, unfortunately. But I'm sick of this lazy narrative that he doesn't turn up in big games. It shouldn't just be on him to be turning up for the team to do well. Everyone else needs to step up as well. And I don't think Palmer was bad, but it's just that people think if he doesn't have a 10 out of 10 game, then he's been atrocious. That's just not the case. Yeah, you want more from him, but it's not going to happen every game. And others also need to step up and need to deliver as well. But there were positives for sure. And look, as I said, it is mixed feelings. It's a really strange one leaving the ground because you're pleased that you've not lost and you're pleased that you managed to get a point from a losing position with not that long in the game left. But you also feel that was, again, another opportunity in a big game that potentially passed us by, which isn't ideal. But I look at it and I'm very much I am glass half full. And after the game, I was a bit more disappointed, but I am reasonably happy with where we are right now. I don't think we can complain. We're third going into the November international break. And the top 4 fight is looking very, very tasty right now. It's looking very tasty. It's going to be very, very competitive. You only have to look at, we're third on 19 points, Arsenal fourth, 19, Forest fifth, 19, Brighton sixth, 19, Fulham seventh, 18, Newcastle eighth, 18, and Villa ninth, 18. Even Spurs are 10th on 16. So this race for the top four is huge. It's very competitive, and we can't afford to be dropping too many more points in it. So we've got our tough run of fixtures out of the way for a little bit now. Gone through a really difficult spell there. We picked up 5 points from 12 from Newcastle, Man United, Liverpool, and Arsenal. I'd have liked maybe a couple more points in there. Maybe 7 or 8, I think would have been a decent return. But we got 5. We only lost one of those games, which is important as well. And we are absolutely heading in the right direction. It's just really frustrating not to have that little bit extra to be able to get us over the line in these big games. But a statement win's not far away. A statement win is coming. And I think we have to be reasonably happy with what we've seen today, even though defensively we weren't great. And going forward, I felt we lacked a little bit as well. But there's positives to take. We go to the international break now. Hopefully we don't pick up any injuries whilst on international duty. And then we're ready to attack it hard after the break. Leicester away, Heidenheim away, and then Villa at home, followed by Southampton and Spurs away. So it's a decent-ish run. There's still a couple of tough games in there, but we've got 2 newly promoted sides, which we have to be getting 6 points from. And hopefully we can consolidate our place in the top 4. We should be a bit more solid in there than we are right now, but this is a fantastic position to be in the November international break, and one we certainly all would have taken, despite the fact there's definitely room for improvement, and there is some frustrations absolutely as well. But we have to be happy. Definitely doing better than any of us would have expected. So fair play to Maresca, fair play to the players. Let's just hope we can finally get a statement win against a big side over the line after the international break. But guys, that's my thoughts on the game. I thought we were all right today. Some good things, some not so good things, but that's what you'd expect from a team that's a work in progress and 4 or 5 months into a new manager. So yeah, onwards and upwards, guys. Make sure you're smashing the likes. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, people, up the Chelsea and peace out.